Let's see if I remember how to do this.
Number 10. Pokémon.
I wanna be the very best, like no one ever was. To catch them is my real test, to train them is my cause.
Few franchises have been as successful as Pokémon. This series was introduced in the late 90s, with both Pokémon Red and Blue and the iconic anime releasing in North America in September 1998.
Pokémon for Game Boy is here. With both packs, you can catch them all.
To say that Pokémon became a phenomenon would be an understatement. Red and Blue sold 4 million units by the end of 1998, and Pokémon Yellow became the fastest-selling handheld game ever, moving 1 million copies in its first 2 weeks. The franchise is still enormously popular. The anime continues to this day, its 1,000th episode having aired in 2018.
Is something wrong?
No! We're just fine. Ash is right. We're good. We're great. Great.
It's nothing.
Pokémon Go was a global phenomenon in the summer of 2016, and Sword and Shield became the fastest-selling Switch game in November 2019, selling 6 million units in its first week. Number 9. Jurassic Park. Apparently, dinosaurs never go out of style.
We're gonna make a fortune with this place.
The original Jurassic Park premiered in June of 1993, beating Spielberg's own E.T. to become the highest-grossing movie ever made with $912 million. A sequel followed 4 years later, breaking the opening weekend record with $92 million over the 4-day Memorial Day weekend.
Hey, you!
A third movie followed in 2001, and that seemed to be it.
That's a great thing about bones, they never run away.
Nearly 15 years passed before Jurassic World premiered in June 2015, grossing $1.6 billion worldwide. 2018's Fallen Kingdom followed, with Dominion set for 2022, as did an animated Netflix show, a ride at Universal Studios Hollywood, a roller coaster at Universal's Islands of Adventure, and even a live show titled Jurassic World Live. It's 1993 all over again. Number 8. South Park. This animated sitcom from Trey Parker and Matt Stone took the world by storm in the late 90s.
Dude, that kicks ass. Yeah, check this one out. Ready, Ike? Kick the baby.
Don't kick the baby.
Kick the baby.
And not necessarily in a good way. While it earned consistent praise for its sharp writing and incisive satire, it also generated enormous controversy. South Park attacked everyone and wasn't afraid to depict taboo material. The result was an outraged country and lots of questions regarding the supposed deterioration of Western society. Surprisingly, South Park is still finding unique ways to offend, with the 2019 episode banned in China resulting in the show getting, well, banned in China.
Some people said Pooh looked like the Chinese president, so we're illegal in China now.
Jesus, what kind of madhouse is this?
The series still has its finger on the cultural pulse, with the 2020 pandemic special becoming the highest-rated episode in 7 years, with over 4 million viewers.
Just thank God for your pandemic special. Thank God. It's a great special, it really is.
Number 7. Mom Jeans.
First style I never thought would make a comeback, mom jeans.
Yes, which I'm actually wearing today. This is how you don't want to wear mom jeans. No.
Fashion trends really do work in cycles. Mom jeans were quite popular in the early 1990s, notable for the extremely high waist and its impact on the figure. Bonus points were awarded if a t-shirt was tucked into the waist. The jeans were popular with middle-aged women and were the constant subject of derision by the younger generations. Mom jeans was used as a derogatory term, and they even became the butt, no pun intended, of a famous Saturday Night Live sketch written by Tina Fey.
So this Mother's Day, don't give Mom that bottle of perfume. Give her something that says, I'm not a woman anymore, I'm a mom.
However, the mom jean came back in style in the late 2010s, and they are now quite popular among young girls and women.
Because this is the newest, the hottest trend. This is easy for everybody to wear, and we're really seeing this trend in denim where it's a more relaxed leg and a higher waist, which is so flattering on everybody.
Number 6. EDM. Standing for electronic dance music, EDM was enormously popular throughout Europe in the early 90s, being largely associated with rave and club culture. It took North America a while to catch on, but catch on it eventually did. EDM began slowly creeping its way into the mainstream, with electronic acts like Fatboy Slim and Madonna's Ray of Light helping to popularize the genre in the US. EDM became one of the most prominent musical genres of the late 2000s and early 2010s, with acts like Daft Punk, Skrillex, David Guetta, and the Black Eyed Peas finding major chart success. This also meant that critics began to argue that EDM was being over-commercialized, arguing that this remnant of underground rave culture was being made commercially viable through global pop acts. Number 5. TV shows, Friends.
Here we go, pivot! 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 Pivot!
They say the cream rises to the top, and that is certainly an apt metaphor for the television industry. Many shows from the 90s have faded into obscurity, but the best have retained their popularity throughout the decades.
Are you in the mafia?
Am I in the what?
Shows like The Sopranos, Seinfeld, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and The X-Files remain very popular to this day, each with their own dedicated subculture. And then there's Friends.
How you doing?
Friends was a national phenomenon throughout much of the 90s and early 2000s, with each season drawing millions upon millions of viewers per episode. Friends later captured the attention of a new and younger generation after being uploaded to Netflix in 2015. It is amazing to consider that this show is over 25 years old. Number 4. Polaroid cameras.
He's back! He took our picture!
How did my hair look?
In the age of 4K pocket cameras, we're still taking pictures with bulky Polaroids. Polaroid changed the instant camera game in 1972 with their SX70. This camera made many revolutionary steps in the instant camera business, including automatic ejection of the paper and quick development of the photo itself.
The enjoyment of seeing what develops is indeed universal.
It became so popular and ubiquitous that Polaroid is now synonymous with instant camera, much like Kleenex is to tissues. These types of instant cameras remained popular well into the 90s, with Fujifilm's Instax being introduced in November 1998. Instant cameras are even still popular today, including the Polaroid Originals One Step Plus and various types of the Fujifilm Instax.
There's so many colors to choose from.
Number 3. Nintendo. When people think of the 1990s, images of wood-paneled basements and Nintendo consoles immediately spring to mind. Released to the United States in 1991, the SNES became the best-selling console of its time.
No one else creates this kind of experience because no one else creates these kinds of games. Now you're playing with power, superpower.
The iconic Nintendo 64 followed, helping to popularize 3D gaming with classic titles like Super Mario 64 and Ocarina of Time. And despite a rocky patch with the Wii U, Nintendo has remained one of the leading names in gaming. The Wii revolutionized motion controls and moved over 100 million units. And the Nintendo Switch was released to great acclaim and popularity in the spring of 2017. The Switch shipped nearly 85 million units by the end of March 2021, outselling the SNES and 3DS, and outpacing both the PS4 and Xbox One.
Get cozy with the ones you love. Expand your horizons. And before long, you'll feel right at home. Now let's have some fun.
Number 2. Mac and Apple. Macintosh computers experienced a decline throughout the early 90s, but the company came back with a vengeance in 1998 with the iMac G3. Developed under Steve Jobs, the iMac proved one of the most popular and revolutionary computers of its time.
The faster, sleeker, quieter, redesigned, and even easier to use iMac.
They looked cool as heck, complete with the translucent Bondi blue case, and they helped popularize USB and CD-ROM by doing away with ADB and floppy disks. It also marked an enormously important name change for the company, transitioning from the traditional Macintosh to the more hip and trendy Mac.
Heated leather seats sold separately.
Both Mac and Apple remain popular to this day, with Mac OS Big Sur releasing in November 2020 and Apple reporting $111 billion in revenue in the December 2020 quarter, a 21% increase over 2019.
Gross margins 39.8%. iPhone revenue up 17% to a better than expected $65.6 billion in the quarter.
I really need to look into how much these Pokémon cards are worth. Anyway, I can guarantee you with 100% certainty that our #1 pick is something that you still use. Why am I so sure? Well, let's look through some honorable mentions and then we'll pick our top 90s thing that is still popular to this day.
Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 11 released in 2019 and a new film in 2021.
Get over here!
Tamagotchi. Various OS games released since 2013. PlayStation. PlayStation 5 released in November 2020.
PlayStation.
Flannel, plaid shirts. Plaid was huge in the 1990s, thanks to the grunge movement out of Seattle. Fanny packs. These experienced a resurgence in the late 2010s.
I mean, they're very nostalgic. I mean, they harken back to the days of old. Look at these guys. Jason Bateman, is that Leo DiCaprio?
Although that's kind of recent.
But The Rock.
The
Rock rocks the fanny pack.
#1, the World Wide Web.
On your mark, get set. We're riding on the internet, cyberspace, set free. Hello, virtual reality.
It looks a little bit different today, but the World Wide Web is alive and kicking. The internet was invented by Timothy Berners-Lee in 1989 and was made available to the public 2 years later. However, websites as we know them today were a few years off. And the first .com bubble didn't occur until the late 90s upon the widespread adoption of the internet.
How long have you had this?
About a week. And it's so easy. All you do is point and click.
Things changed even more in 2007 when the iPhone announced support for smartphone apps, giving users easy access to the internet and forever blurring the line between cell phone and multi-purpose computer device.
It's been great having the two greatest companies on the web right down the block, Google and Yahoo. And we've been able to work with these guys really closely, and it's been an incredible pleasure to work on this great technology and bring it to everybody in iPhone. So thank you guys so much. You've really helped us put the internet in your pocket.
It is now estimated that almost 60% of the world's population is active on the internet, or roughly 4.6 billion people. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.